The Exploitative Terrors of Honey Boo Boo, a Southern horror story. Y'all better redneckognize. Debuting on the controversial and highly questionable TLC network, Alana Thompson first sashayed her way into the public's consciousness when she quite literally sashayed her little tail on the Toddlers Tiaras stage. An upbringing that was anything but ordinary, while the rest of us were learning to tie our shoes and brush our teeth, Honey Boo Boo was navigating the chaotic world of beauty pageants, reality TV, and a mother who must have thought she was auditioning for the role of Breaking Bad's Walter White in real life. Despite mixed reviews, Here Comes Honey Boo Boo would continue on for 4 seasons. Love 'em or hate 'em. America seemed to be in love with Honey Boo Boo's witty sass and larger-than-life persona, spiked by her questionable go-go juice concoction. But despite being one of the most popular families on reality television, Here Comes Honey Boo Boo was eventually axed due to extreme allegations that'd leave the family's reputation tainted forever, and Alana exploited for the world to see. Life isn't just tiaras and televised pageants. Raised in the small town of McIntyre, Georgia, Alana grew up with her 3 sisters and parents, Mama June Shannon and Mike Sugar Bear Thompson. Their home life was more like a fun-filled chaotic circus than your regular household. With a fondness for sketty, that's spaghetti for the uninitiated, and butter, the Thompson clan lived life on their own terms, embracing every bit of their unconventional upbringing. And then, as if being the sassiest tyke on Toddlers Tiaras wasn't enough, Alana scored her very own reality show, Here Comes Honey Boo Boo, debuting on August 8, 2012, all about her life in rural Georgia with her lovably wacky family. Mama June, Sugar Bear, and the rest of the gang had us all hollering with laughter while sometimes scratching our heads. A lot. Let's not forget about those unforgettable catchphrases, the go-go juice, glitz pageants, belly laughs, and pure unfiltered personality. Every time Alana took the stage, you could bet your bottom dollar she was gonna wow the crowd. Even though Here Comes Honey Boo Boo was as popular as hotcakes at a Sunday brunch, the show would be canceled faster than you could say sketty. The show was sky high in ratings, pulling viewers in by the millions, but it all came tumbling down in 2014 due to Mama June's scandalous love life. June reportedly starting seeing a man with a very sick, dark, and twisted past result in time served in prison for doing the unthinkable. Trigger warning, talks of child assault ahead. A super predator named Mark McDaniel served 10 years in prison for child molestation, and get this, the victim was a very close relative of Mama June's. Matter of fact, it was none other than Anna Chickadee Cardwell, Mama June's oldest daughter. Anna was just a little girl at the time, a mere 8 years old when the abuse occurred. What's even more mind-boggling is that Mama June let this man back into their lives after he was released from prison. The same exact year, in fact. Pictures became surfacing all over the internet of Mama June hanging out with the same man who'd been imprisoned for inappropriately touching her own daughter, and to make matters worse, we'd unfortunately get a glimpse of photos consisting of June, the assaulter, and a then 9-year-old Alana, sparking a whole heap of hurt and controversy. The news hit like a ton of bricks, and fans were rightfully outraged. Anna came forward, sharing her traumatic story and letting it be known that Mama June didn't believe her at first, telling a then 8-year-old Anna, "I don't believe you. Why would you do this to me?" After her reign on Toddlers Tiaras, Alana didn't fade into the background. Honey Boo Boo had only just begun. She stayed in the spotlight, sashaying her way into our living rooms and hearts with Dancing with the Stars, Juniors. Twirling and spinning on the dance floor, Alana showed the world that she could groove just as well as she could strut on any pageant stage. After her dazzling dance floor stint, Alana didn't stay idle, but due to her mama's highly questionable decisions, she wasn't on the radar as much as she once had been. Alana's childhood was far from typical. Instead of spending her days playing with dolls and running around in a park like a normal kid, she was often parading around on stage or cooped up in TV studios. And of course, then came the scandal that put an abrupt end to her budding TV career. At an age where the biggest worry should be about homework, she was dealing with the aftermath of a sickening scandal she didn't even cause. Bursting out onto the scene once again, Alana boldly confronted Mama June about her irresponsible actions. Alana wasn't that innocent munchkin anymore. She was now a woman finding her own voice in the world. Standing toe-to-toe with her mom on national television, Alana looked June straight in the eye, the one that could stay open, and let loose. She was hurt, angry, and made sure her mom knew it. The whole nation watched as Alana told her mom how let down she felt. No sugarcoating, no pageant smiles, just raw, unfiltered emotion. And then, boom, the final blow was struck. Mama June lost custody of Alana. This wasn't just some tabloid gossip. It was real and it was heartbreaking. our pint-sized pageant queen was yanked out of her mama's arms and thrust into the care of her older sister, Pumpkin. Mama June, with her $1 million drug whirlwind, had proven to be too much of a liability for Alana to be around. Imagine that, too wild for reality TV. June was getting high off of everything you can possibly think of, and it was evident she was too incompetent to take care of a growing Alana. It was a tough pill to swallow, but it was for the best. Alana needed stability, something her mom just couldn't offer at the time. And so, the chapter closed on this turbulent part of Alana's life, leaving her to pick up the pieces under the care of her big sis. Pumpkin, despite being so young herself, stepped up to the plate of motherhood, embracing the responsibility of being Alana's guardian, on top of having several children of her own. Just when you thought things couldn't get any messier, Mama June threw another curveball. Turns out, she hadn't been paying child support. After everything, she couldn't even cough up the dough, most Alana's dough, since she did put her entire family on, mind you, to take care of her own child. Alana, who was already dealing with way too much for a kid her age, was now left high and dry emotionally and financially. The Shannon Thompson family was back after the fall of Here Comes Honey Boo Boo, ready to redeem their reputation. But at this point, America had clocked out and weren't ready to let an abuser apologist back into their homes via television just yet. Surprisingly, Mama June would be given several spin-off shows, one documenting her incredible weight loss journey and the other showcasing the family's troubles. During one intense episode of Mama June, Family Crisis, Alana looked her mom straight in the eyes, again, boldly telling her, "Mama, you need to get help. The drugs, they're killing you, and they're killing us." Her voice might have been just a mere whisper amidst the chaos of Mama June's life, but boy, did it carry a punch. Let it be known that her going to live with Pumpkin wasn't ever a choice, but a must, because she didn't feel safe under the care of her own mother. Terrified that at any given day, her mama could overdose. We were left gasping at the screen, cheering for Alana and hoping this would be a wake-up call for Mama June. But hold on to your seats, folks, because the drama isn't over yet. Alana dropped yet another bombshell. She accused Sugar Bear, her biological father, of not wanting custody of her. Sugar Bear was just as happy to pass the buck as Mama June. "He don't want me either," she said, her voice thick with accusation and hurt. Caught between two parents who seemed too caught up in their own mess to realize what they were doing to their own kid. Mama June on one side spending boatloads on drugs, and Sugar Bear on the other, seemingly indifferent to his daughter's plight. Then comes Pumpkin, now the official guardian of her little sister. On the show, she confronted Mama June with raw anger and desperation etched on her face, professing to her mom, "Mama, it's not just about you anymore." With tears streaking down her face, she said, "You're not the only one your addiction is hurting. You got Alana terrified and me picking up the pieces." Despite being so young herself, Pumpkin is doing her best to hold the family together. Alana's life, beneath the giggles and sparkles, has been a whirlwind of chaos and turmoil. One moment, she's basking in the glow of fame. The next, she's being thrust into the adult role of dealing with a drug-addicted mother and an absent father. A sweet little girl whose innocent charm once won America over has had to face harsh realities that would make even a grown-up buckle. Her world's been shaken by her mom's addiction, a $1 million drug problem that's more like a ticking time bomb, ready to blow up at any moment. As if that's not enough, she's been tossed into the stormy seas of reality TV at an age when most kids are just figuring out what they like at lunch for school. With each passing day, Honey Boo Boo's life seems less of a fairy tale and more of a cautionary tale, a stark reminder of how fame and fortune can be just as destructive as they are glamorous. Fame, as it seems, has been a double-edged sword for little Miss Honey Boo Boo. She's got a name that rings loud in households across America, but behind the starry facade are the shadows of a childhood marred by addiction, neglect, and a family life that's more than just a tad complicated. Sure, she's got fame. She's even got her own catchphrases. But the best life? That seems to be a luxury that Honey Boo Boo is still reaching for. She's been through the ringer, and we're happy to report that these days, she's doing all right for herself. She's tackling life's curveballs like a pro batter, refusing to let the skeletons in her family's closet define her future. She's even got a few projects in the works that show promise. We're hopeful, but we're also realistic. There's a long road ahead for Alana, a road that's bound to have a few bumps and maybe even a few potholes. But with her spirit and resilience, we're feeling cautiously optimistic about where it might lead. How do you feel about Honey Boo Boo's upbringing? Do you think Pumpkin deserves way more credit? Let us know your thoughts and opinions down below in the comments, and stay tuned for more true celebrity stories.